Do you know that the first 15 minutes of your ICSE Maths exam can make or break your score? Most students don't use it correctly, but today I will show you how to make every second count and improve your marks. The toppers use this strategy as the first 15 minutes are very important. I shall be using ICSE sample paper of 2025 of mathematics to show you exactly how you should use the first 15 minutes before writing time begins. But before I explain the strategy to use your reading time effectively, here is what you should not do. Number 1, no panicking. Number 2, no mentally solving questions completely. Number 3, no skipping sections randomly. Okay? And this is what you should do. Scan the entire paper quickly. Number 2, identify easy versus the difficult questions. Number 3, make a rough strategy. I want you to watch this video till the end to know how to plan your reading time. So, looking at the paper, remember there is section A and section B. I would like you to go to section B first. Why? Because it is not compulsory and it has got choice questions. And the choice questions will be of the nature 3, 3 and 4 marks. There are 7 questions from question 4 to question 10. So you are going to first look at the long answer types, because the short answers you'll have to choose where you might lose your marks. Now look at this trigonometry identity. Here you'll have to make 1 upon sine theta minus 1 upon cos theta and then take LCM. It may take some time. If you're not confident about this, skip this. This is easy. You should be able to handle even the fractions. Let us go to the next 4-mark question. Where is the 4-mark question? Here. This is step deviation method. Step deviation method becomes by and large the easiest method. If you are not comfortable with it, you can keep that on hold, because you can leave 3 questions out of these 7 questions and attempt only 4 questions. Let's look at question number 6. Question number 6. This is 4-mark question which is taking maximum marks from this question. Here this is slightly longer. I'll have to find out discount for each and then the rate of GST. Then I'll have to plan for CGST, SGST and make the bill. So this will take some time, but it is not difficult. It is just a little lengthy. That's it. Not difficult. Let us look at question number 7. Now, in question 7, can you see the normal angles they give us are like 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 30 degrees, but they have given the odd ones. Alright. Also, see, it is for 5 marks. So if you mess up somewhere here in between, you choose to lose 5 marks. So think very carefully. Are you confident about this? I'll have to take the 2 triangles. Which ones? Triangle PAB, and I'll have to find the tan of 42 and I have to check. 42 is going to be AB upon AP. Have they given 100 meters as the distance of the foot of the tower? That means AP has been given. So it will be tan 42 equal to BA upon 100. Okay, so AB is going to be equal to 100 multiplied by tan 42. So it is quite doable. Let us look at this. What is this? This is ogive. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points are there and it's for 5 marks. So I'll have to be very careful when I draw this ogive. But it is not as difficult as it seems. It is median means n upon 2th term. Number of students who obtain more than 65% marks. From 0 to 100 are the marks more than 65%. When we look at 65% mark and then we come to y-axis, that number will be subtracted from 200 and we will get the number of students who obtain more than 65% marks. Number of students who did not pass, if the pass percentage is 35, so from 35 we will go up, touch the ogive, go on y-axis, read that number. That number upon total 200 will give us the percentage. So this is doable, and this also is doable, although it looks a little daunting, but it is doable. Let's come to question number 8. Now here we have, this is a probability question. Seems to be pretty simple. And let us come to this continued proportion xyz. So I can use K method also, and just plain substitution. I'll have to be very careful for getting these 3 marks. So I'll have to be very cautious. So it is doable. Let us look at this. A manufacturing company prepares spherical ball bearings. Radius of each is this and mass is this. These ball bearings are packed into boxes. Each box can have this of ball bearings. So the volume available in each box is given. So you can have N into volume of each ball bearing will be equal to the maximum volume of the box. And that will give us the number of box. So after finding the number of ball bearings, I'll have to multiply by 4 to get the total mass in gram. But they want in kg, so I'll have to divide that by 1000. So this also is perfectly doable. Now let us come to question number 9, 3-mark question. This is draw histogram is easy, mode is easy, arithmetic progression 3 as the first term. So a equal to 3. The sum of first 8 terms is twice the sum of 5 terms. So I have to use SN formula and get the equation. This also is doable. I'll have to be careful. 4-mark question over here is giving us this quadratic equation. They are having roots equal. So D is equal to 0. D is equal to 0. So A will be Q minus R, B will be R minus P, and C will be P minus Q. I'll have to use the formula B square minus 4AC equal to 0 and solve it. This may be a little tricky. You have to just go a little slow. Okay, so that's how we think during the first 15 minutes. Okay, so now let us come to question number 10. Let us look at the 4-mark question here. Sides of the quadrilateral are given. ABC 75 given. D is the point equidistant. Here this is a locus construction. This will have to draw the diagram and carefully think. So this could be a little tricky for some of you. Now that you looked at all the long answer questions, we can shortlist whichever ones where you are losing the marks least, where you are most confident, and decide upon the method that you will use for solving those questions. So step number 2 is identifying the tricky ones. As we went through, we already looked at the tricky ones. So for the tricky ones, you will have to allot more time. So some 3-mark question and some 4-mark questions. This one also, maybe you'll have to allot a little extra time. And now let us come to section A. Now section A has these 5-mark questions, and let us look at our MCQs. MCQs are 1 mark each. So this you should keep last for reading and planning. Now look at this one. Polynomial x is divided by x minus a, which means x minus a equal to 0, x equal to a. Now if x minus a is a factor, then remainder should be 0. That is B option. Now Radha deposited 400 per month in a recurring deposit account for 18 months. The qualifying sum of money for the calculation of interest is going to be P into N plus 1 upon 2. That is the qualifying principle for the calculation of interest. We have PRT upon 100, so it becomes P into N plus 1 upon 100 into R into 1 upon 12. That is our formula for interest, right? Now we have prepared, so I'm not writing it down. So we have to substitute. P means 400, N is 18 into 19, that whole thing upon 2, and we'll have to evaluate that to get which is the option. Let us look at this. Remember, this is only a thinking step. You are not going to write down anything. You're not allowed to write anything on this question paper. If AC is the diameter, this is 90, this is 90. They are giving you AP and PB as 3 and 4. So this full thing AB becomes 7. Now we know that this small triangle and the big triangle, they are similar. So the corresponding sides ratio will be 3 upon 3 plus 4 means 7. So 3 upon 7 is the corresponding sides ratio. So the areas of this triangle and the big triangle will be in the ratio 3 square upon 7 square, that means 9 upon 49. Now they say APQ is 18, that means twice. So if APQ is twice 9, then our ABC is going to be twice 49, 98. So how much will be this? 98 minus this 18. So this is doable. We can show the working. I'm just going fast with this because this is still our reading time. Now we come to here. PT is the tangent value of x. If this is 110, this is 90 degrees. So this plus this is equal to 110. You can find x as 20. That was easy. Let's look at fifth one. PR. PR and PQ has been given as 9. So how do you link 60 degrees with PR? It is sine 60. So sine 60 will be equal to root 3 upon 2 will be equal to 9 upon PR. We can go ahead with that. Now this is going to take some time. So you'll have to allot a little more time for this. So let's skip this. Let's look at the next one. Sum of the squares of first 7 natural numbers is going to be 140. So their mean, if the sum of the squares is 140, their mean is going to be the sum upon how many natural numbers. So there are 7. So it will be 140 upon 7. That will be 20. That was easy. Bag contains 3 red, 2 blue marbles. A marble is drawn at random. The probability of drawing a black marble is not there. So probability will have to be 0. Let's look at this. This is 1 by 2 matrix. This is 2 by 2 matrix. Then the product of two matrices A and B is possible because the number of columns of A equals the number of rows of B. Are they telling the same thing? Yes. So this is the correct explanation. Fine. So this also is doable. Let us look at this. 2 parts of red pigment, 5 parts of the base. And from the table, we have to find ABC. So 2:5 is the ratio. So 2:5 will be 4:A. So 2 2s 4, 5 2s 10. So A will be 10. So which are the values with 10, 10, 10? So I can choose from A, C and D. Let's look at this. 2 upon 5 will be equal to B upon 12.5. I can work it out. And 2 upon 5 is equal to 6 upon C and I can find the value. So you can move on to the next one. Article is marked at 1200. Available at a discount of 20%. I can find out the discount. Then I can find SGST as 9% of that value is doable. I'll need to work it out. I'll have to be careful about the decimal places. Sum of money required to buy 50 rupees 40 shares at 38.50. So total money I'll require is 50 multiplied by the price of each, that is 38.5, and I'll multiply and I'll check which one of these options. The roots of quadratic equations x square minus 1 equal to 0 will be giving us x plus 1 into x minus 1 equal to 0. So I'll get it as plus or minus 1. Let's move to the next one. The equation represents the line equally inclined to the axis. Equally inclined with the axis, which means your tan 45 degrees will be the slope or the tan of minus 45 will be minus 1. So you got to check with this. Each one of them you convert as y is equal to mx plus c. Let's move to this one. And x is a prime number, the solution set for this. So we'll have to solve this and check whether it is a prime number and then decide on that. So you have to work it out. So that finishes our MCQs. Question 2, 4-mark question, remainder factor theorem. This also is doable. This one, the line segment, this is for 4-mark. PQ is cut by x-axis at R and a line is perpendicular to PQ. Okay, so this question over here, you'll have to draw the diagram and check it out. I think we have gone through all of this now. So let us look at our next strategy. The next strategy, the step number 4, is going to be plan your approach. Plan to solve easy questions first to make sure that you get full marks. Point number 2, plan time to solve the 2 sections. If you think section A may take some more time, like in this case, we have in MCQs, certain MCQs may take some time if you think, then give section A 10 extra minutes. So your section A could take 100 minutes because total time is how much? 3 hours. That is 180 minutes. So 90 minutes would be for section A and 90 minutes would be for section B. Alright. But if section A is tough, then take 100 minutes for that. So section A will take, let us say, 100 minutes if you find this is a little difficult. Then out of total time, this is 3 hours. From 3 hours, which is actually 180 minutes, 100 minutes will be taken by section A. So section B will have 80 minutes. Now in section B, you have 4 questions. So each one of the questions will have 20 minutes. Alright, now 20 minutes and you have 10 marks. So easily you will see that each question, if it is for 3 marks, 3 marks question should take how much? 6 minutes. So if for a particular question you are taking more than 6 minutes, just leave the space and go to the next question. So if it is a 4-mark question, you should be able to take 8 minutes. I think that is pretty doable. So plan your strategy like this. The next point to note is that make sure that you do not waste your time on difficult questions. If a particular question is difficult, let us look at one question which could be difficult for you. Let us look at this question. Now this could be difficult for you. Now it is for 4 marks. Now for 4 marks, you should be taking here 8 minutes. Okay, but even if, let us say, you take 10 minutes, that's okay, because the next question is for 5 mark. This 5 mark question, you probably finish in about 3 to 4 or even 5 minutes. So this has allotment of 10 minutes, but you can finish this early enough. If you finish early enough, then this one can be attempted first and this can be attempted later, or you can leave the space for this question, maybe 1.5 side of the paper you can leave for this, and then you can write this. Okay, make sure that you number the questions properly. So right in the beginning, the difficult questions should not be attempted. Remember that. Let us come to the common mistakes that you should avoid. Number 1, wasting too much time on only one question. Number 2, getting stuck on tricky part. It can be avoided by scanning the entire paper properly during the first 15 minutes. Point number 3, not checking the choice-based questions properly. So in your choice question, as you can see, there are A, B, C, D. So write the options correctly. Check with your working thoroughly. Let your rough work be separated. Write your options here and make sure that you show the working on the right side. Do not merge this working with this. The other mistake which can be avoided is ignoring the marking scheme. So if it is a 5-mark question, remember you'll have to spend a little more time. If it's a 4-mark question, little more time will have to be spent on that. So now that you have seen how to use the first 15 minutes of your maths examination, go for your exam with confidence. Stay calm and determined. Remember, you have prepared yourself well. Stay focused, believe in yourself, and use these 15 minutes wisely. You can watch my videos on last-minute revisions and the solutions of the previous year's board papers. They will help you a lot. All the best for your exam.